Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful Thursday. It's still a movie review Thursday for To Kill a Monkey. But today I want to take it slightly. Yesterday I addressed with the female characters. Today we are looking at the male characters, but differently. I want to look at the movie holistically as it concerns life. Now we are looking at it from the lens of true life experience. First, I want to start with my favorite person in the whole wide world as it is at the moment, the director, the producer, and the cast director, who is Kemi Adetiba. Let's start with her before we dive into the male characters. Kemi has what I call the Levite calling. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. When you say somebody is chosen, the Levite calling. And the Levite calling is someone who you have to go and check out who a Levite is. A Levite is somebody who is a priest who serves in the temple of God and all that. They are not business people, so to say. They are not business people, even though they are good. They are good at what they do. They are talented. They are gifted people. They are good with their hands. But they are not business people. So their calling is to use whatever gift that gave to them to pass a message. Yes. So when you look at Kemi Adetiba, if you look at in retrospect what she has done, Kemi has a very rich portfolio. Rich is an understatement. Wealthy portfolio. But Kemi, you will not see Kemi, maybe it won't count her as, let's say, Funke Akindele and make 1 billion in one movie, 2 billion, 3 billion. No, no, no. Kemi is not in that category. When she makes one movie maybe once in 2 years, once in 3 years, and she might not exactly make that money that Funke Akindele and the rest are making a movie, but it is a message that lasts long, that lingers a while, that you can identify with, that 10 years later you go back to look at it because they give their all. That is a Levite calling. Kemi has given us King's Women. Way before this podcast, people started featuring podcasts everywhere. If you go back to King's Woman and listen to how she directed, it's not a movie. It's what you call the podcast. Now, it's an interview with people's personal life. You will gain a lot. She's giving us King's Woman. She's giving us Ring of Fire. When she was a music director, when you go and look at the videos that Kemi Adetiba directs, music videos, she did Aduwa Jube, I can't remember the girl's name. You will watch it. I'm sure that video is almost 20 years or 15 years. It looks like something that should happen in 2026. That is the Levite calling. That's the angle now. So now let's dive into. So I'm not done. The Levite calling now is a Levite is gifted. They are talented. I've said all that. We are criminally minded, though. We are dirty minded. But the thing is, you see, our criminal mind and our dirty minds, we are not allowed to use it. It can rub off on any other person. Like if you want to deal with somebody, like if you come to me, I can tell you how to deal with this person, but I can't do that to someone. I am not allowed to do that. Oh no. Even when we try, there's this thing that will block us. We can't. But if we give it to somebody else to do with you, hey, and be careful of a Levite who does not know he has a Levite calling, who does not know God or is not born again. Because when they use it, they will finish you. Be careful. Anyway, let's now go to the male characters. So for the male characters, let's start with the main guy, the effeminate. Effeminate is a Levite. He has a Levite calling. I'm looking at the character now. Even the actor himself, the person who acted effeminate, because you will see that he's a good actor, fantastic actor. All the cast there are fantastic. Let me even go back to the characters now. Everyone there were carefully chosen. If you look at their story, go listen to their interviews, individual interviews, you will see that they are good people. They are good people. They are good at their craft, but they're not there. People are clapping for them. Now, where have they been? They've been there since. They've been acting, they've been grinding, but nobody noticed them. That's the Levite calling. Yes, we are not there for business. We are just there to pass the message when we are doing it. Like Efemina. Efemina was the guy in Ajoche. I can't remember his character name. In fact, he gave us a good act in Ajoche. You will hate him so much that you'll be like, if I see this man on the road, I should stab him. They are very good at what they do, but they are not everywhere. They are not blowing up. They are not making the money. They are not riding Rolls Royce because the craft might not necessarily give them money, but it just sustains them. That is when you have the Levite calling. It's just sustainable. It's not, Kemi will not give you the loud money, but she whatever she's making sustains her until her next project. Does that make sense? Yes. So now let's look at the character Efe. Efe, first class student, brilliant and everything, but life was treating him bad. In fact, when that man said to him, God does not like you, when his colleague told him, go and do deliverance, God does not like you, That is the life of someone who has a Levite calling. No. Because you look like you're struggling, especially when you don't understand your calling. You have to be content at the space where you are until the cloud of what's it called now? The pillar of cloud moves, then you move. If you go check their journey, that is how they are in the Bible. Until the pillar of cloud move, you move. Otherwise, if you are trying hard to struggle out, that's when you go and end up in the wrong space, like we saw if he ended up in the right space. It was his calling that rubbed off on what's this called now? Obos, that they began to make a lot of money. Yes, Obos was making money at his level until he met Efe. Efe, like when you have someone with the Levite calling in your circle, you realize that you are making a lot of progress. They are very intelligent, they are very bright, they move, but they can't sometimes stand by themselves. They do one, they can't. But if they're in a group of people, their talent, their grace rubs off on people, or it rubs off, but they can't. So even though people were arguing, the argument was if he made Obos, all that talk that Obos was saying, if he cannot stand by his own, if this is a reality, that's why he ended up in jail with all that. He cannot stand by his own when it comes to criminal things. They are criminally minded, but leave the dirty things for those who are allowed to do dirty things. He is not allowed. That is why you see him trying to make peace, or let's give this guy the 30%, let him just go. That is who they are. They are not allowed. God fights for them. If he knew who he was, that man he can't touch his family. No matter how hard he will keep trying, he will not have able to touch his family. I'm talking about real life now, not in character, not in the movie. He won't be able to, because they have this strong covering. You will try and try. They will jump apart. They will eat poison. It will not touch them. They will jump. Nothing. You will not be wondering, this one is you call them different names. No, it's because they have Levite calling on you, especially when you keep your hands clean. We are not allowed, like I said, we are not allowed to use our dirty minds and our criminal minds. No, we have it, we have it well, but we are not allowed. So if your hands are clean, nobody can. We are untouchable. That is why when he was working in that restaurant, he was coming late. Even when he's at work, he's on his laptop trying to figure out life. He wasn't, but they still could not sack him. They will still give him loan. Even when you see the part where even when he went to sleep with that woman to get 50,000 to go bail his wife at the hospital, that money, when you can't even make money, you can't even make dirty money as a Levite. You cannot make dirty money. Now, this video is going in a different direction, but it's okay. You can't make dirty money. That is why that money did not get to the hospital. They stole it, pushed him out of the keke. He went to the hospital empty-handed, and he was still able to build his family. That is the person with a Levite calling. It is only God that delivers them, that can always step in. You will try and say, let me go and try by myself. You try by yourself, it's a fruitless effort. They live by the scriptures, but they don't know it. Even me, it took me a while to realize that this is who we are. You won't know. You just wonder, why is my own life like that? God will always sort you. He doesn't need to share his glory with you. That is why that money he got from that sleeping with that woman did not make it to the hospital. That's why that money did not make it to the hospital. And when he started with Obuz, what he would have done was, you had a different mindset before you met Obuz to develop an app and all that. He would have diversified and left that, gave Obuz everything and moved on. But no, he got carried away. He got greedy and he stayed back stealing. If not, he would have walked out clean from that thing, and you can't catch it. He's not supposed to end up in jail. He ended up in jail because he messed up. That's why he put his hand dirty, in blood. He stained his hand in blood. That is why you see everybody, even his own children. That is how someone with Levite calling. Once you go and execute something dirty, your children will be against you. Your wife will be. The people that you have helped, they will all be against you. But once your hands are clean, even the strangers will be happy with you. If you listen to Lillian's story, she will tell you how she got that thing. Lillian too has a Levite calling. You say that she has tried everything. She has done BBA. She has tried for where. But when it was time, it was time. Everybody started saying, Lillian is good. She has been acting since she's been on her grind. You have to be patient for your time to come. That is what. So today, we'll have a part 2. But today, let's end it at the Levite calling before we dissect other male characters. I'll see you again in part 2. Until then, please stay tuned.